Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday, everybody. As you guys come into the chat, please give me a heart. Let me know if you can hear me. I apologize if you do hear the train sound behind me. My house is got a train track that runs right behind my house. So if y'all hear the train, please take it for love. But I did not want to start this live late. I wanted to get it on time so I could get you guys this information and then get out of here. So if you can hear me, guys, please let me know by putting a heart in the chat. Give this video a thumbs up. That way it gets pushed out to more people that might need to know about this Cash App breach settlement. Thank you, Miss Mia Fields. I really do appreciate the heart. Thank you for letting me know. And anybody else, as you come in the chat, please, please, please drop me a heart. Let me know that you can hear me. Give this video a thumbs up. That way it get pushed out to other people that might need to know about this Cash App breach. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Thank you so much. So I'm not going to hold you guys up because your girl is hungry. It's 5 o'clock in my side of the world. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me, Miss Angela. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So last night, guys, when I was doing my live and I was talking about, the car shield scams, and all that stuff, I had a person to comment, Moni, on that live and ask me about, did I know anything about the Cash App settlement being legit? And at the time, I didn't know what she was talking about, but I told her that I was going to do some more research, and here I am. So from last night, I'm already back with you guys again this afternoon to give you the update and give you the skinny on what's going on with this Cash App settlement. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. As y'all coming in, please make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for me. Do that for me for free. That way it gets pushed out. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. A lot of us use Cash App. I don't use Cash App. My background is in banking, so I'm not real big on using any of these fintech apps. Cash App was originally owned by Square, but now they done changed the name to Block. So Block Inc. is what owns Cash App right now, but you may know them by Square. A lot of people use Square to power their website. If you are e-commerce store, people use Square to swipe, use you can hook it onto your phone and people can pay you, debit card, stuff like that. If you do events, craft shows, stuff like that, your Square is one of those popular ones that people use. So Cash App is a part of the Square team, but they done changed their name to Block for whatever reason. Okay, so as I was saying, guys, y'all hit that like button as you come in. So we're going to talk about this Cash App breach. Let me go ahead and switch over to the article that I'm going to be referencing this afternoon. So we're going to get this article right here going. And I'm going to have the links for all of this down into the description box if y'all want to check this information out yourself. So let's go ahead and let's get into it with no further ado. So the headline is Cash App Data Breach Settlement, How to Claim Up to $2,500. Some Cash App users will get paid as a part of a $15 million class action settlement, but you would need to file before the deadline. So this article came up yesterday, August the 6th. So this is very, very current information, all right? So Cash App is expected to pay out up to $15 million in a class action settlement due to 2 data security incidents and company practices around unauthorized account access and fraudulent transaction, meaning eligible Cash App users can now file a claim and can receive up to $2,500, all right? And a filing with the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, Cash App explained that the first data breach occurred due to a former employee. We just talked about that. These employees, all right? We determined that a former employee downloaded certain reports of our subsidiary, Cash App investing in December of 2021 that contained some U.S. customer information without permission after the former employee's employment ended, Cash App said. So, according to the class action lawsuit, this ex-staffer's action and access to customer information resulted in 8.2 million Cash App customers' sensitive personal information being published online. All right. Last year, another data breach occurred when Cash App found some customers' account had been accessed and an unauthorized transaction occurred. Now, we're gonna put a pin in that part right there because I'm going to another article that's gonna fill in the blank that this article left out, where it says last year another data breach occurred when Cash App found some customers' accounts had been accessed and unauthorized. This particular article didn't go into detail about that other incident, but I got another article that will, and I'm gonna pull that up afterwards. Okay. So the class action complaint alleges that Cash App and its parent company Block, formerly Square, has negligent security features, protocol, systems, screening, and design. Cash App and Block, however, have denied any wrongdoing. PC Mag has reached out to Cash App for comment. Who can file a claim? Any Cash App or Cash App investing customers who suspect their Cash App accounts were accessed by an unauthorized entity, saw fraudulent transactions on their accounts, believe a Cash App error resolution was inadequate, or otherwise saw their sensitive personal information swiped via Cash App between August the 23rd of 2018 and August the 20th of 2024. So they talking about August the 20th, and August the 20th haven't even got here yet of 2024 are eligible to file a claim. I want to pull something else up real quick. Hold on one second. I want to put that other article up real quick because I don't want to go too far into this and not pull up what was that other incident that happened that this article is failing to mention. So let's pull up that one. So this article right here, sorry, wrong one. My bad. Let's see, not this one, but this one. Okay. All right. So this article right here, well, I told you we're going to put a pin in the other one because it says that an ex-employee downloaded 8.2 million customers' information, right? And we were just talking about Navy Fed. If y'all go back to that live I did on July 28th, about 2 Sundays ago, and I'm talking about y'all got to be careful because these employees got your information. They can download all your sensitive information. I just dropped a video last night on the channel about freezing your credit report. You need to freeze your credit. It's not an option because these people are out here stealing your information. These employers have your information and you don't know who is legit and who's a crook. Okay. People are working with your sensitive information. I just got somebody just put on here saying that, not to mention they asking for social now, but I never put mine. You see what I'm saying? They want way too much information now. And Cash App is not a bank. Okay. It is a fintech app that is a go-between. It's a middleman between whatever you're doing and your actual bank. But you got people running around here using Cash App like it's a bank, and your money is not safe inside a Cash App. Okay. It's a third party, right? It's a third party. It's not even necessary, but a lot of people use it. But let me go into this right here where it says like I said, we're going to put a pin in it. The second part of that, it says the lawsuit said the company was negligent again next year when an authorized user gained access to Cash App accounts while using recycled phone numbers linked to those accounts. Plaintiffs have also accused Block and Cash App, like I said, formerly Square, investing of failing to implement steps to protect accounts after those incidents and adequately resolve customer complaints regarding unauthorized or fraudulent transactions. So basically what was going on is they was using recycled phone numbers that were linked to other Cash App accounts and was doing fraudulent transactions. So that was the second part that this previous article was talking about, but it left those details out. Okay, it left those details out. But this other article covered that part that this other one didn't. All right, so we're gonna go back to that other article that I was first had up on the screen. So I said I didn't want to get too far into it, to about who can claim and who can file a claim. So let's look at what's going on in the chat. All right. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. As y'all come in, guys, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Let this video get pushed out. Again, if y'all hear this train whistling, I apologize. It done came through here about 3 times already. I got a train track right not too far behind my house, so I apologize if it gets loud. I can't control that, as y'all may already know. All right. So who can file the claim? Any Cash App or Cash App investing customers who suspect their Cash App accounts was accessed by an unauthorized entity, saw fraudulent transactions on their accounts, believe Cash App error resolution was inadequate, or otherwise saw their sensitive personal information swiped via Cash App between August 23rd of 2018 and August the 20th, which we're at August the 7th of 2024, eligible to file a claim. So that's very funny. I wonder if that's a typo with that August the 20th, because it's August the 7th of 2024. So you're telling me that it still may be an ongoing breach that's going on that might still can go all the way out through the 20th? Because I would think that this window of time, you're going all the way back to 2018 and you're pushing this window of time all the way out to August the 20th that hasn't even got here yet. So I don't know if that's a typo or if that's really a thing. Okay, but that's really weird that you will push the time out further than the time that we're actually in. If that makes sense, guys, y'all let me know in the chat if that makes sense, because it don't make sense to me. I can't figure that out. All right, so let's get down into it a little bit more. When submitting a claim for transaction-based losses because someone breached your account, you'll need to provide documentation showing it happened and you took steps to report it. Any correspondence with Cash App relating to the incident, a police report, a report with your bank or credit union, a report to the Federal Trade Commission or other government agency, or report with the Better Business Bureau. For example, may suffice an adequate documentation as long as it was made within the aforementioned time period. Those eligible must file a claim by November the 18th this year via the settlement's official website. And I have put a link to that website inside of the description box of this video. It's already in there. If you guys want to go over to the description box, you'll be able to see the links for these articles, as well as the link for you to be able to file a claim if you are a victim of this breach. If you had any issues with your Cash App account since 2018 all the way to the 20th of this year, based on this article. If you are eligible but would like to opt out of the settlement and still retain your future right to take legal action against Cash App, the deadline to file an exclusion claim is November the 1st of this year. Those who take issue with the settlement can also file an objection by November the 1st. All right. So let's go ahead and let's pull up, because I got somebody in the chat that let me move that off of here. So let me see what's going on in the chat. Thank you for letting me know that you up in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, so we got Angela said, once the claim is completed, how long will it take to receive the payment? So let's see if they got the information on this actual website that they are providing. They got a actual website that is cashappsecuritysettlement.com. Okay, so this is the official website right here for these for any of the people that need to file a claim to up to $2,500. This is the official website, cashappsecuritysettlement.com. As I said, it is inside of the description box of this video. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see if it's going to answer those questions. It's got an FAQ right here. It says you may be eligible for a Cash App payment from a class action settlement involving Block, formerly Square, and Cash App Investing LLC, but you need to act. Okay, so here are your important dates right here, guys. You got November the 18th as your claim deadline. All right, exclusion deadline. If you do not want to be a part of it, you can do this before by November the 1st. Objection deadline, November the 1st. Final approval and hearing is December the 16th. So that may answer your question for the person that want to know how long will it take to receive payment. So final approval hearing. So it may take place after that. So let's get further into this to see exactly if they give us any more information. All right, so right here, this is the summary of your legal rights and options in this settlement. So to be eligible to receive a claimant award for settlement benefits, including payment for out-of-pocket losses, lost time, or transaction losses from the settlement, you must submit a timely and valid claim form. The claim form must be submitted no later than November the 18th. We know that. So all the other stuff right here. So let's get into the FAQ and see what other kind of questions that they might be answering inside of there. All right, let's see who done hit me in the chat. All right, hey, 50 Club Credit, what's going on, Mr. Russell? All right, let's see what else. Everyone is compromising this country at some level. All right, who else says it does sound weird? I'm thinking a typo. I'm thinking a typo too, Dwayne. I hope it is a typo, because why would you leave that big of a window open for breach? You know, so I'm hoping that that is a typo as well. So let's look at this FAQ, guys. Let's see what they're talking about. Well, we know what the lawsuit is about. We know that there's a class action, so that's why there is a settlement. Who is in the settlement? You are a member of the settlement if you are a current or former customer or Cash App Investing, or any of its affiliates, parents, or subsidiaries, and your personal information, Cash App account, Cash App Investing account was accessed or obtained without your authorization, or if you otherwise had unauthorized or fraudulent withdrawals or transfers of funds to or from, or a deficiency in the resolution of an error in a Cash App account or any linked financial account from August the 23rd of 2018 through the notice date. The notice date is August the 20th of 2024. So there we go, Dwayne. This is not a typo, because this is on the official cashappsecuritysettlement.com website. So it's not a typo. It's going all the way out to August the 20th. The notice date, August the 20th of 2024. Today is August the 7th. Okay. So no, it's not a typo. It's not a typo. All right. So let's finish this right here. So it says, what are the settlement benefits? So right here, Block, which was Square, Cash App Investing, have agreed to establish a settlement fund by depositing the settlement administrator US $15 million in cash. The settlement fund will be used to pay attorney fees and costs, which will probably eat up a good proportion of it, a service payment for the class representative, and settlement administrative costs. Okay, so we know once they pay the lawyers, that's going to eat up a good chunk of that. Reimbursement for out-of-pocket losses. All settlement class members may submit a claim for up to $2,500 for reimbursement. Out-of-pocket losses supported by third-party documentation, which are traceable to a data security incident, unauthorized account event, or deficiency in error resolution in connection with your Cash App account or Cash App investing account. Reimbursement lost time. All settlement class members may submit a claim for reimbursement of lost time up to 3 hours at a rate of $25 an hour. So what, you're getting $75 for lost time? It says transaction losses. All settlement class members may submit a claim for reimbursements for documented transaction losses arising out of an unauthorized account event which occurred from August 23rd, 2018 until August 20th, 2024. Again, to August of 2024. So that's the third place that we done seen that at. So we know that that is an accurate date. All right. So y'all guys know, if y'all not new to my channel, I worked in banking, and in my last role at the bank that I worked at before I left my career, I worked in a fraudulent department. So I worked a lot with fraud cases. Like I was like the main person that they went to whenever there was fraud for the bank. Okay. And I got a lot of Cash App fraudulent transactions. And let me just tell you this from the banking standpoint. A lot of times our hands was clean and we had no liability because, as I was telling you guys, Cash App is a third-party app. Okay. So if you use your debit card, right, or your credit card, and you got it linked to your Cash App account, right? And that's how you got it linked to your Cash App account. And when you go to pay somebody through Cash App, sending it to a merchant, sending it to whoever you're sending it to, right? And say it was a scam or you didn't send it to the right person or whatever the case may be, and you try to file a claim to get that fund back, usually you would get the runaround. Cash App will tell you, because if it pulls from your debit, which is your checking account, or if it pulls from a credit card, they're going to tell you to contact the person where your money is pulling from. Like the burden is on them, on the bank or on your credit card company or whoever you got it linked to, right? Cash App is going to act like it was, not my problem, their problem, right? And telling you from the standpoint, because I went through this a lot of times when I was dealing with fraud cases, because you authorize the transaction through the Cash App, you did the payment through the Cash App, that washed the hands of the bank or the credit card company from having to do any dispute process for you. Now it's on Cash App because it was initiated through Cash App. And Cash App used to try to pass the buck a lot of times back to the bank. Now I can't say I don't know if you even can connect your credit card to Cash App. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing. Y'all put in the chat if that's a thing. But I know from the banking standpoint, that was not our problem. Because if you use Cash App to initiate to send anybody money, it don't matter who it was, if it was a scam, if it was legit, or if you paid somebody and you didn't get what you thought you was going to get or whatever, and you want to dispute the charge, you couldn't do that with the bank, because the bank now, their hands is washed because you went through Cash App to do it. And so a lot of time Cash App was not resolving these disputes. So I'm pretty sure that this may also be a part of that, where it said a part in that article where it says about resolution error, transaction error resolution was not favorable. That probably is going to be a part of that as well, because a lot of those, they didn't handle it right. They really didn't, because they were trying to throw it back off to the bank. They was trying to throw it back on the financial institution, and the financial institution is telling you, okay, per Regulation E is what handles the disputes and stuff with the bank. They're saying, no, you did this. You initiated this through a peer-to-peer app, P2P. That's what it's going to come up as, P2P, a peer-to-peer app. Therefore, you use a third-party application to do this transaction. Say you had to use your actual debit card, then the bank could have helped you. But because you went through Cash App to send this money, now it was Cash App that was supposed to do it. And a lot of times, like I said, when I worked in the fraud department, they was not handling the cases right. And I felt sorry for a lot of our customers because it wasn't nothing that we could do because you did it through one of these peer-to-peer apps. Same thing with Venmo through PayPal. Even though Venmo is owned by PayPal, PayPal is a lot better about handling their disputes. A lot better. Cash App was like, too bad, so sad. Okay, so just letting you guys know that. Be very careful when you're using these apps because they're not FDIC insured. Okay, they're not. And so when your money is taken through fraudulent means and this stuff like this, now you at the mercy of some class action settlement, right? You at the mercy of some class action settlement. All right, let's see. Somebody said that these type of lawsuits usually take months to years. Yeah. And then what else you said? 75 plus 26,070 equals a $32 check they will send out. The math ain't mathing. Well, they saying that you can, claim up to $2,500. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. But we gonna see. We gonna see. That ain't what I was at. Okay, so let's get down into some more of the FAQ. All right, so it says, if you are a class member, you may be able to recover the following claim benefits as part of the settlement. All class members must submit a valid and timely claim form to receive any of the following claim benefits. So this right here is an exhausted list, guys. Out of pocket, it says out of pocket losses may include costs associated with credit monitoring or identity theft insurance purchased directly by the class member, costs associated with requesting a credit report, costs associated with a credit freeze, costs associated with canceling a payment or obtaining a replacement payment card. That's when your debit card is connected. So you had to get that handled with your bank. And a lot of times the bank, because it wasn't a normal wear and tear on the card, they might have charged you for another debit card, stuff like that. Costs associated with closing a bank account or opening a new bank account because your account information has been compromised now, okay, with ex-employees downloading your information, okay, all right. And what it says, old phones still linked to old Cash App accounts. That was another reason. Miscellaneous expenses such as postage fees, long distance phone charges, express mail, and other incidental expenses, unrefunded overdraft or overdraft protection fees, because some of these, I'm pretty sure, especially if you had it hooked up to your bank account, it probably threw some people in the negative when they was doing them unauthorized transactions. I had a lady, and I felt so sorry for her. I wish it was something I could have did when I was in that fraud department. This lady had $1,500 snatched out of her account through Cash App that she had no idea. So I really do hope that that lady that was my customer at the bank, I hope she knows about this settlement because she was a victim. She was a victim. All right. And she only had Cash App because her grandson was somewhere off, and that's how she would send money to him. She didn't use it for nothing else. All right. So that kind of stuff happens. Unrefunded late or missed payment fees or other charges. All right. So you have the same time frame for those as well to submit your documentations of your out-of-pocket losses as part of the claim. Now, the lost time, it already says at $25 an hour up to 3 hours. Now you got to make sure that you have your documentation. Now that's going to be the kicker about this to me, is because like that lady, I left the bank in September the 1st of 2022 was my last day working in the financial institution that I was in before I went into my store full time. Now, I dealt with that lady before I left. It's 2 years later. I hope this lady still have all the documentation for all that she went through trying to get her money back from Cash App during that time. Because we told her to file a police report and go through all of that for the fraud. So I'm hoping that she has all that documentation, because they're saying you got to have proof that you went through all of this at the time and Cash App didn't help you for you to be able to file your claim. You got to have documentation. You can't just say, hey, I was a victim, give me some money. They're not doing that because they know everybody and their grandma going to try to come and try to get some money. So you got to have your documentation, okay? You got to have your documentation. So I'm hoping, like I said, I hope that lady does see this. I'll say, so let's get down a little bit more. How to get benefits. How do I get a payment? All right, so we know that you got to file a claim. The claim form is also on this actual page right here, this actual website that they created at the cashappsecuritysettlement.com. As I told you guys, the link is in the description box of this video. And matter of fact, when I get back to the main screen, I'm gonna put it in the chat as well. All right, so it says, how do you make a claim for settlement benefits? So this is the information right here. To submit a claim for reimbursement for out-of-pocket losses, lost time, transaction losses, you must timely submit a valid claim form. Class members seeking benefits under the settlement must complete and submit a claim form to the claims administrator, postmarked or submitted online on or before November the 18th. Claim forms must be submitted online here or printed here. So those are hyperlinks that you can click on and mail to the claims administrator at the address on the form. The quickest way to submit a claim, of course, is online. Claim forms are also available by calling 1-866-615-9740 or by writing to this Cash App Security Settlement Administrator in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It says, what if I have more than one Cash App account? Each class member should only submit one claim form. If you have claims related to multiple Cash App accounts, list all of your $ cash tag identifiers and information about your claims on a single claim form, okay? It says, what happens if my contact information changes? So they got some information about that right there. So let's see what else. Who represents me? So they got the lawyer representing you. Do I have a lawyer in the case? How will the lawyers be paid? Will the class representation receive any compensation for their efforts? Now that's what we need to know right there. That's the part we need to know. The class representatives will request a service award of up to $2,500 each or $7,500 total for their services as class representatives and their efforts in bringing the action. The court will make the final decision as to the amount to be paid to the class representatives. All right, so if you want to exclude yourself, you know, you got to November the 1st. I'm not going to read all that. And it says, how do you get more information? For more information, call the settlement administrator at the 1-866-615-9740. You may also write the settlement administrator via mail to Cash App Security Administrator to that Pennsylvania address or via email at info@cashappsecuritysettlement.com. So that's the FAQ right there. So right here, this is the home screen that we already had looked at on the home screen. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this in the chat. This is the submit form right here. Okay, so it says, if you received a personalized notice in the mail or via email with the notice ID and confirmation code, please enter the codes you were provided below. So if you did receive any correspondence in the mail or via email, you can enter that information right there. If you did not receive personalized notice in the mail or via email, click below to complete a claim form. Okay, let me go ahead and put this in the chat before I forget. All right, so let's see what it take you to when you click on this form. All right, somebody says, where to go? I don't even have the same banks anymore. Even if you don't have the same banks, you could go back to whatever bank that you was banking at. If you had any problems with Cash App at the time, you can always request your research for them to research your records for them to get that information for you. Banks have to keep records, just like when you have to keep your tax returns and all those kind of things. Banks have to keep that kind of information for a certain period of time, so they can't just destroy it even if you're no longer a customer. So you can still go back to those institutions, tell them when you was a customer. You may have to be charged a research fee. A lot of banks do charge, or credit unions that may charge you a research fee, but that's what you include in your claim as a loss. That's a loss. So you may have to do a research fee, but they should be able to get that information for you, Miss Renee, even if you're no longer a customer of theirs. All right, so this is what the claim looks like. So let's look at what they're going to be asking you for. It says, please add the email confirmation at cashappsecuritysettlement.com to your contact list to assure that future correspondence is delivered to your inbox. If you have any information or questions, you have any questions, you can, that's the information right here that I already talked about. So like I said, out-of-pocket losses payments, lost time payment, or transaction loss payments, this is what this form is for, okay? You must submit one claim form per person, even if you have multiple Cash App accounts, just one. So it's going to ask you for your name, address, city, state, zip, country, email address, confirm it, phone number, second phone number, your Cash App $ identifier. You're going to put that in there. This is some more information about the settlement overview. All right, then you got the claim information where you sent a notice by defendants that your information may have been impacted in a data security incident that was disclosed in April 2022 or September 2023. So there's a drop down, yes or no right there. Did you experience an unauthorized account event in the form of an unauthorized, unintended, fraudulent withdrawals from your Cash App or Cash App investment account or any linked financial account which occurred between the 23rd of August of 2018, including July 18th, 2024, which resulted in financial loss? So you can answer yes or no to that. Did you spend time or incur costs as a result of defendant's failure to properly resolve your claim or an unauthorized transaction connection with your Cash App or Cash App investment? So this is also a yes or no question. Right here, it looks like you can toggle these on and off. So claim for reimbursement for out-of-pocket losses. So I guess if you toggle one of these, it pops up. You can put in your information. So it says costs associated with credit monitoring or identity theft insurance purchased as a result of a data security incident or unauthorized account event. If you were to put in the information, they got to choose file. So they want supporting documentation, guys. So they're asking for supporting documentation. Whatever you claiming, they got the link right here for you to upload the document and the file description when you add the file here. So whatever you're claiming that you went through or you had to pay, you're going to have to provide documentation. Lost time, you got a yes or no on that for lost time payment. What you said that's going to be up to $75 at $25 an hour for 3 hours. Claim for reimbursement for transaction loss payment. This is also, it says Cash App account. You're going to pick what account you got. Cash App investing account or linked financial account. Okay. Linked financial account. That's going to be the big thing. That's going to be big. It's going to be huge. Okay. Because like I said, me working in banks, I saw a lot of people that went through that firsthand. Saw a lot of people that went through that. All right. So it says payment selection, payment options. Get a prepaid MasterCard. Use Venmo. That ain't that something. Ain't that something. Cash App is providing a means right here on this website for you to be able to get your money back, right? And they got a prepaid card, which I don't advise nobody to do that. They got Venmo. but they don't have themselves listed as a way to get your money back. But they got Venmo. Venmo is a peer-to-peer app too, owned by PayPal. Venmo is an equivalent to Cash App. That's funny. That's funny to me. And they got Zelle. They got Zelle right here as well. Zelle is the same kind of thing. You know, Zelle is the same kind of thing. The big banks created Zelle. Zelle got a lot of fraud going on with it as well. All right, so use direct deposit. To me, I would use direct deposit. That's what I would do. I would use direct deposit. I wouldn't use no more of these fintech apps or no more of these peer-to-peer things to get my money. And I definitely wouldn't do a gift card. Absolutely not. I wouldn't do that, because if it were to get lost in the mail or whatever, anybody can activate it. I would do the direct deposit if it were me. Okay. Then once you pick how you want your money to go, you're going to upload all your support and documentation for everything that you're claiming. Then you're going to type your full name, and it's already populating the date, and then you're going to submit it. So it looks like it's pretty straightforward to be able to file your claim, just a one-page claim form. So that's good. They got the contact right here with your important dates. So it look like they kind of covered all the bases. They got some important documents in a PDF form. So notice claim form. So this is probably like the PDF version of the claim form. Hold on one second. Let me share that screen. So it looks like they got a PDF version too of the claim form. So this is the like I said, this is the PDF version of the claim form. If you want to mail it in, if you want to go snail mail. If I were you though, I would do this via the online way. Now, check this out. Now, this is funny. Right here in the payment selection right here, it says virtual prepaid card, enter your email address. So now they're doing a virtual prepaid card. I wouldn't do that. Venmo is still an option. Zelle is still an option. But a physical check is an option if you do it the paper way. So I don't know why they didn't make that an option too on the actual online version. I mean, I know we in a digital world, so direct deposit can be better, but why you didn't offer it as an option on there as well? Because some people might not feel good about giving you some more of their data information for their checking account. So they should have offered it too. So if you don't want to do the online way, and because you want to get a physical check, then you're going to have to do it the snail mail way, because they're not offering that as an alternative for the online. You would have to do direct deposit. So now that I'm seeing this, if I was a person, I think I would have to do the snail mail, because I don't think I would want to give them my my new route number and account number, because y'all don't do right. I don't know. I don't know. I think I might have to go snail mail. But that is the information right here. So let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Y'all guys, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And you are very welcome, Miss Renee. Somebody said with this, can I get some paper? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean. What you mean by that? Y'all let me know what y'all think about all this that's going on with this Cash App thing. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat before I get off this live. And real talk, guys, if you like this other commenter said that they don't bank with the bank that they might have had the issue with at the time when they had the issue, you can always go back. Banks have to keep records, just like they tell you to keep when you file your tax. They tell you to keep it for 7 years. Banks have to keep records for a longer period of time than personal, than what you got to keep with your personal records. So they should still have it, even if you're no longer a customer. Like I said, you may have to pay a research fee because they may have to dig it up or get it out their archives or whatever. But still, they should still have records of everything because they have to keep that auditor still look at old accounts. When artists come in to credit unions and banks, they still look at old stuff because they want to make sure that everything was still everything when it was supposed to be. So they still have to keep a lot of that documentation for a long time, a very long time. Also, it's so important too that when you have any type of fraud that you file a police report. So if you file a police report, you can always go back to the police department and get copies of when you filed a police report. So I'm hoping, as I was saying, that the lady that I knew that I worked with back when I was still working at the bank that I was at, that I saw her get $1,500 taken out of her account. I really and truly hope that this finds her and she finds out about this data breach. So hopefully that she can get her money back because we wasn't able to resolve it and Cash App was taking her through the ringer. Like legit taking her through the ringer. All right, guys. So I'm going to give it a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If y'all don't have any more questions, I've gone through this thoroughly. I got all the links in the description box for you to be able to find whatever it is that you need to do. If this is something that is of interest to you, if you went through any of the things that mentioned as far as the articles and the website, all that stuff in the description box. So I'm about to get off of here. If y'all don't have any more questions, I'm going to eat my dinner. I love you guys for real. I'm going to be going out in 5, 4, 3. I'm still looking in the chat. 2 and 1. Y'all have a good evening. I appreciate all the love. Make sure you guys are still pushing out the video by hitting the thumbs up and leaving comments. I'm going to see you guys in the next live tomorrow night. Y'all be safe. Peace.